Hi, William Hououin here for a new Villagers and Heroes poll discussion. So, today it's gonna be all about housing. Let's see what we had to ask. All about housing. What house items are you hoping to see in game? What specific items that already exist in game zones would you like in your house? What kind of style or realms would you want to see furniture for? How important is functionality / interactivity of items versus purely cosmetic? How difficult should it be to acquire housing items in-game? Provide examples. So, let's see what the community has to say. So first we have Matt Fish. How important is functionality / interactivity of items versus purely cosmetic? I'll give a quickie answer to this one and get back to what I was doing. I greatly value functionality interactivity, but I feel like the devs are going a bit crazy on having to have literally everything be interactive. It is fine to have a bunch of stuff we can't interact with, like banners, rugs, types of wallpaper, random tables, altars, and so on, in order to have a healthy variety of items. I believe that quantity is just as important as quality here, and I agree with Matt. While I would like to have some objects I can interact with, it's fine if there's not that many of them. Next, we have Sudaki saying, I want house items that affect the game, like relics do or enchantments. Derek chest for sure, as I like a footlocker. Tyrant, not important, hard to answer how difficult, maybe similar to farming event items. Alright. Now Valicia saying, what house item are you hoping to see in game? New exteriors and eventually being able to decorate inside the home. Yeah, that's exactly what the devs are working on. The last live stream showcased a few of the stuff you could put in your home. And I agree, I would like new exteriors. How important is functionality / interactivity of items versus purely cosmetic? I like both, but I would love to grow plants and some herbs as well indoors. Ooh, that's a great one. We could grow some tea and then have a kettle and some cup, and then you could make your own tea, and it would give you, of course, infinite mana, although I kind of already have that as a holy priest. Anyway. How difficult should it be to acquire housing items in-game? Provide examples. For furniture, collecting wood of different types for each kind of style. For decorations, craftable from different items already in-game, from dyes to make paints. For the paintings, etc. Great points. Now, Derry is saying, I would love to have a table you can place items like a cake on, and friends could all sit around the table and have a slice. I would also like customizable painting for the wall, though that one is probably not feasible option since players would inevitably put up naked pics. Specific thing in game? I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It's like one thing I really want to see, because I've seen it in some other games, would be the ability to write books, and then you could put your book in the huge library in the Ardent Castle. But the issue with that is what people would write, because if people work hard on stuff and it's great, it would be nice because everyone could go and read the books. But we all know how those things work. We would have a bunch of, let's say, inappropriate stuff written. So, yeah. Let's continue. Style. There's a Chinese carved mahogany look I love, and I also like modern. Purely cosmetic is okay for most things, except chairs. Chairs that sit in your way and won't be sat upon should be firewood. I 100% agree. I think we should be able to sit on chairs and couch. For furniture acquisition difficulty, there should be a range of easy to very hard, starting with a first small beginner set that comes as easy as talking to an NPC and progressing to sets that take months with plenty of mid-range sets between. I tried to keep my answers brief. Well, it was all good answers, I agree with all of this. I think about the difficulty stuff, I 100% agree. I think we should have very easy to super hard. Now we have Jolon saying, what house items are you hoping to see in game? One item I ended up loving from another game was a pet house that allowed a set number of pets to roam your housing space. It could be upgraded so more pets could live there. Imagine all those various dragon companions flying about our houses. Pretty cool indeed. Also, it would be cool if paintings to decorate walls were a type of achievement, considering how valuable art can be when it cannot be mass-produced. These would be great gifts for accomplishments like a painting from the Trian School in honor of ending the war, for example. Very, very nice. I'm totally excited for that if it's gonna happen. What specific items that already exist in game zones would you like in your house? The Green Haven lamppost, definitely. What kind of styles or realms would you want to see furniture for? From the basic to the elaboratory, garish, and gaudy. How important is functionality interactivity of items versus purely cosmetic? Some functionality would be spiffy, though the majority just being cosmetic is great. Yeah, I think, we only got 2, 3, 4 people speaking out for now, but I think most people expect mostly cosmetic stuff, and then some minor interactivity like chairs and couches. How difficult should it be to acquire housing items in game? Provide examples. From easy to the salty sanity difficulty. I imagine a quest for blueprints for a sought-after piece that makes you visit dozens of NPCs across the realms. Yeah. Next, Slacker saying, can housing items include non-interaction in PC? Specific items should extend to non-interaction in PC. Interactivity would be cool. Maybe NPC can walk around and greet visitor. Interaction with furniture to enable sit or sleep is nice. No clue, NPC should be housing items. Okay, now we have Ishan saying, what house items are you hoping to see in game? A lot of things actually, eventually if not immediately. Bookshelves, beds, side tables, dining tables, candle stand, armor stands, chandelier, relics of sorts like a sword in a rock, oh cool, paintings, wall art, wallpaper, flooring tiles and more. What specific items that already exist in game zones would you like to see in your house? Tables, bookstands, pile of gold, chest, decorative ones, beds, candle stands, chandelier, closet, cabinet. What kind of styles or realms would you want to see furniture for? All styles. This is the great answer. This is the only answers that is acceptable for that question. From in real life styles to in-game styles. I mostly want Halloween related stuff cause I like spooky looking things, but I can't wait. Bone chandelier. How important is functionality/interactivity of items versus purely cosmetic? None. The housing items should only be for decorations. I'm all for being all cosmetic only, but interaction is cool. Like, your bone chandelier you just talked about would be cool if you could activate it and then, the candles would lit. and it would provide some light in your house. This is the type of interactivity I am looking for. I'm not sure how comfortable I would be with Hououin giving buffs, because we know that some of the Hououin stuff will be in the cash shop. So yeah. If some functionality is added, then I think it'll take away the creative freedom of decorating your house and will be a power struggle to get things like relics. How difficult should it be to acquire Hououin items in games? Provide examples. Some basic ones should be easy, craftable, like bookshelves, bed, etc. And yeah, I'm taking the opportunity here about the craftable thing. I think we should really put a focus on crafting. It would bring the crafting in the forefront. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, it's somebody's like cutting something outside with a big circular saw. I think it's kind of annoying, but I'm not home at the moment. I am at another place, but this is the only time I have to record this, so it is what it is. And it's super hot. It's 35 degrees Celsius, and no way I'm closing that window. Yeah, I hope we'll be able to craft a lot of stuff for our decorating stuff. Okay, let's continue. Some can be given from one-time quest, like after you save a person, then give you a cool orb house, decoration, etc. Some should be gotten only from cash shop. This makes it so people will buy cash shop exclusive stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against free-to-play players, but things like different colored bed, like rainbow color bed, which is basically a reskin of a regular bed, can be sold on the cash shop. It will give devs good revenue, and it's not something insane which we cannot get ourselves in game. Plus, it's a thing right now too, River Otter being only from cash shop. Some stuff only from Even Zone, like Halloween themed Skull Bed from Wars, Vendor, etc., and Candy Bed from Sugar Sweet Summit. Yeah, I am looking forward Even Zones giving exclusive interior item stuff. Now we have Ikimi saying, there are these water benches in Pyron that are super cool and would be nice to have for a cool water decoration in the house, although perhaps a little smaller. And beds to sleep in are cool instead of having to die, like these with the little experiment on it. These would look nice around the fireplace, indeed. And some example of lights that Ikimi would want. The size of this bookshelf is also absolutely my thing. Yep. Imagine if in that bookshelf there would be player-written stories. It would be pretty nice. We could also have in-game the... if we don't want to moderate players' written stuff, why not make these bookshelves interactable and put the lore of V&H in it? It would be pretty nice too. I like books, yup, me too. It would be cool if we could collect more of them, like you can in the Cops questline when you're searching for Marigold in that little library, and add them to your house, maybe interact with them. Bind the story of two sisters after you found it for the water chamois and make it interactable. Exactly what I have in mind, Ikimi. Oh, and for difficulty, I always see it as the boring version of something being easy to access, while the more elaborate version would be increasingly difficult. Basically, a farmer's straight chair versus a royal throne. Straight chair for everyone, throne for those who put in a lot of effort and such. Can't disagree with that. Now we have Zazie saying, one thing I'd like to have in my house is a trophy case. I visualize this as a standard cabinet icon, one size fits all, maybe use the appearance of the cabinets from Chapel, the level 60 Elder Zones, but when you interact with it, you or any visitor can view your achievements. This would also give mobile player a way to view their progress the way that only PC players currently can. Wholeheartedly agree with that. Now we have Layla, the little nymph, saying, what house items are you hoping to see in game? The basic, probably chair. The basic chair, bed, table, bookshelf, trunk, and so on are good for a start. Later on, I would like to see decorative items ranging from fine art to common stencil. The must-have that will get people interested are collectible items and trophies that can be earned through gameplay. Earned housing rewards would tie housing to the game in a meaningful manner. What specific items that already exist in game zones would you like in your house? I would like to see potted version of some of the plants around the realm. I would also like to be able to create potted version of the flowers I can grow in my garden. What kind of style or realms would you want to see furniture for? All of them. Layla gets it. Layla gave the right answer. How important is functionality/interactivity of items versus purely cosmetic? Important that functional and interactive items be in the mix, but not so important they should be common. A cheap common bookcase that comes loaded versus a bookcase that I can fill. Fictional books and parchments that I can read, like those that can be found in EverQuest and RuneScape. A mannequin that I can dress in my favorite costume set. This one is pretty nice. Tables, shelves, counters, and cabinets that allow items to be placed in and or on them. More items than the text limit will allow me to mention. How difficult should it be to acquire housing items in-game? Provide examples. This one could be a thread unto itself. I'll come back later and post a response limited to this specific question. And with that, we are done. Great answers, great discussion, I think. Now it's super hot and I need to go drink something. So anyway, thanks for watching and bye-bye.